come over here, behind the boxes. I'm hiding from the multiplication and division symbols. They want to play with me really badly, but sometimes I just don't understand them. They want to play tag with me, but let's face it, division can be really rough, and I am not joking. Maybe you guys can help me learn more about the relationship between multiplication and division. Will you help me? Thanks. Wait, did you hear that? Are they nearby? Uh-oh. Ow. Tag, you're up. Ugh. Multiplication and division are not as hard as they look. Multiplication is like repeated addition, division is like repeated subtraction. Here we have two math problems that are already completed. 3 times 4 equals 12. And 12 divided by 3 equals 4. In division, we are sharing something equally. Division is just the opposite of multiplication. We call that the inverse. Now let's look at the relationship between these two problems. In the problem 3 times 4, there are 3 groups. And within each group, we have 4 dots representing the 4 that are in each group. There are 12 dots total, which is our answer. In the division problem, you will notice that the 12 is at the beginning. In a division problem, you start with the total number of dots. The problem is telling us that we will take 12 dots and divide them equally among 3 groups. We will put a dot in each group until all dots are gone. Can you tell me how many dots are in each group? There are 4 dots in each group, just like the answer. Awesome! In both the multiplication and division problems, the smaller numbers tell us how many groups we have and how many items go in each group. The biggest number in each problem is the total amount of items, or dots in our case. Here are 2 more problems, but they don't give us the answer. Let's start with the division problem and see if using multiplication can help us. 15 divided by 3 equals blank. 15 is the large number or total of dots. We are dividing the 15 dots equally among 3 groups. We start by using our 3 groups and share the dots equally. To do this, we will put 1 dot in each group until they are gone. How many dots are in each group? The answer is 5. Great job! So 15 divided by 3 is 5. If we pay attention, we can see that 5 multiplied by 3 in the problem gives us 15. Wait a minute. We just answered the multiplication problem on the left. 5 times 3 equals 15. It's really important to remember that in division you are finding what 2 numbers multiplied together equal the largest number. The 2 smaller numbers in this division problem multiplied together gives us the largest number, which is 15. This is amazing stuff, and now it is time to go play some tag. This time I am going to be ready now that I understand a little bit more of division and multiplication. See you next time. Goodbye.
Pencil costs ₹6. A pen costs 5 times. The clue is here given times, meaning multiplication, another word for multiplication. So 5 times as much as the pencil, so that's the cost of a pen. What is the cost of a pen? Alright, so we need to understand first what are the things given. We are given the cost of 1 pencil, which is ₹6. We are also given hint for the cost of a pen, which is 5 times as much as the pencil, and we need to find out the real price of the pen. Alright, now we need to plan it out. 2 ways I've shown you here. One is the way where I use my repeated addition with lots of pictures in it, and the second one was using my times table skill. Alright, let's go to the first one, that is now answering. So I knew one pencil costs rupees 6, so I drew a pencil, and just beside that I wrote the price of one pencil. I also know through the hint that pen costs 5 times the pencil, so I drew 5 pencils, and underneath I wrote the cost of each pencil, which is 6. Then I added them up. I used tally marks to denote these numbers. So 5 and then 6, and I carried on that way till I reached here. Then I added all these tally marks. One lot is 5, so I counted in 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So the sum was 30. The sum of all the price of these 5 pen was 30. So that 30 I now know is the cost of a pen. So therefore I have written cost of a pen is rupees 30. Lastly, I need to check my answer. So 30 is the cost of one pen. There were 5 pencils. I need to find out the cost of one pencil. So when I did that, 6 was my quotient, which is the price of one pencil. So that's correct. The other way I worked out was, since I know there are 2 numbers in this word problem, 6 and 5, I wrote 6 and 5 beside each other. Then I went to see my keyword, that's times. So times mean multiplication, so I added multiplication operation out here, sign out here. 6 times 5 I know is equal to 30. Therefore the cost of a pen is rupees 30. Very simple. So according to that problem, I have done in both the ways. You might be having some other ways to solve your problem. Even bar method can be used as well, but I thought this would be more helpful for you to understand clearly. And the same way for this plan, I need to check my answer by dividing. Alright, Andrew has 429 meters of wire. He cuts it into pieces. That is our hint, our keyword, cuts, or to divide, or to share it into pieces. Each piece is 3 meters long, so that broken piece, the length of that broken piece is 3 meters long. How many pieces can he get? So we need to find out how many parts can he break into, or how many groups can he form out of this 429 meters of wire, where each group must be 3 meters. Alright, so each part that is broken must be 3 meters. That is how we can understand. Alright, we are given the total length of wire, we are given hint, cuts, that means to divide or to share or to break. Each piece is 3 meters. We are also given how many each piece, the length of each piece is, and we need to find out how many pieces, such groups, we need to find out how many groups can this whole wire be broken into. So what I've done, I've planned it. I'm going to use a picture like a bar chart. Alright, not exactly a bar chart, but like a picture like bar chart, where I've written, we know that this whole thing is the length of the wire, that's 429 meters. We have to break it into small pieces like that. 1 piece, 2 pieces, then there's the next piece, there's the next piece, and each piece must be 3 meters like that. So that's each piece. Now we also know that 429 has to be broken, so it has to be broken this way, alright, into different groups or parts. To break means to divide, we already know that. It also means to share, alright. So we now know that 429, that the whole length of the wire must be divided by the length of one single piece, that is 3 meters. Alright, and I've used our formal method of division. I've kept the dividend inside, the divisor as 3, and then I've started dividing it. Once I finish dividing it, I see that it doesn't have any remainder. The quotient is 143. So that is the total number of pieces that I will get, or he will get, if he divides this whole wire, or breaks this whole wire of 3 meters long each. Alright, then I need to check. I will check by multiplying the divisor and the quotient and seeing whether I get the dividend, whether I get the whole length of that wire. And I did get, so it is correct. So therefore, I've written he can get 143 pieces. So I've done the answering, that's how I've calculated, and then I've checked it and gave my answer.